Hey guys, my name's Aaron Massey from MrFixItDIY.com. My friends over at ACME Tools have challenged me to try and create a patio chair out of a single sheet of plywood. So today, that's what I'm gonna do. First of all, I've never built a patio chair before, let alone a patio chair out of a single sheet of plywood. So it's gonna take a little bit of a design, and I've went through a bunch of different designs before I finally settled on this one that I like. And I chose it because I think it's gonna be the strongest and it has the least amount of wasted material of the designs. If you want step-by-step instructions and measurements for the build, check out the link in the description below to follow along. There's a couple obvious concerns I have with making this chair out of plywood. Number one, is it gonna be strong enough? Number two, is it gonna be comfortable? Number three, plywood gets unlaminated when it gets wet, so as far as a patio chair goes, maybe plywood's not the best choice. But if I seal it, paint it, and do all that, it should be fine. You could also use marine grade plywood if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna use cheap old regular 3/4 inch plywood for this project. You're welcome to use whatever you want if you're gonna try and tackle this on your own. To get started, I'm first ripping the plywood slightly off-centered on the table saw. Next, I'm marking the midpoint of the larger of my two pieces and cross-cutting it with the circular saw. These two pieces give me the material I need for the legs of the chair. I'm clamping them together so I can cut through both to create two matching legs. I start by laying out the lines for the legs. For the curved bottom, I'm just using a piece of flexible tubing so that I can get the contour that I'm looking for. I'm setting the ends where I need them and then flexing the pipe to give me a curved edge to follow. With the lines laid out, I can start cutting out the legs. I'm using the circular saw for my long straight cuts and a jigsaw for any shaped cuts. I'm staying just outside the line for the radial cuts, and I'll sand it down to the line later. Next, I'm laying out the cutouts for the armrests and cutting those out with the jigsaw, and then I'll sand down the cuts. With one set of legs done, I'm using one of the pieces as a template to mark the next set and then cutting them out the exact same way. Next, I'm laying all four leg pieces together and sanding them to make sure each leg is identical before gluing them up. While the glue sets up on the legs, I can move on to the seat and back using the other piece I ripped at the beginning of the build. I start by cross-cutting the piece with the circular saw into 4 pieces and then glue them together to create the seat and back components before clamping them up. Once dry, I can start laying out the seat with the legs. The seat sits at a slight angle backwards with the front sitting about 18 inches high. To mock it up, I'm pre-drilling some holes and attaching the seat to the legs with some decking screws. From there, I can start mocking up the back of the chair. I'm setting it in place and aligning it with the back of the armrests on a slight angle, and then attaching it with some screws before it's time to test it out. All right, moment of truth. Will it hold me? Will it tip over? Or will it be okay? Leans forward, nice. Actually, pretty comfortable. Honestly. Okay, I'm leaning way back on my tiptoes. It's still holding. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall. I kind of don't feel like finishing it. I kind of just want to sit here and maybe have a beer. So now all I gotta do is clean it up and finish it and say it's good to go. So here it is, the finished plywood patio rocker. Well guys, that's it for this episode. I want to thank you so much for watching. I'm really happy with the way that this plywood patio rocker came out. I didn't know what I was going to get, but I'm happy with the result. I also want to thank ACME Tools for providing the jigsaw that I used in today's video. And if you guys want detailed instructions on how I built this plywood patio rocker, visit acmetools.com. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, my name's Aaron Massey, and today I'm going to show you how I built this DIY industrial black pipe bookshelf. That's a mouthful.